Welcome back to After the Island. I'm Elizabeth.
I'm Alec.
I'm Calvin. Oh, is that? Oh.
And I'm Moira. Woo!
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm good.
I want to start this off with the question. It's not a question, but it's the very first thing. Calvin, we all want to marry you.
Well, I tell you what. I don't know that I'm taking applications at the moment, but you know, I don't know if I'm ready to get married at the moment. But thank you so much.
Everyone can back off right now.
You tell them, Moira. You tell them.
Alvin, what is your favorite donut?
Oh, goodness. I'm excited now. We're in I'm at home. Okay, donut. Oh, it's gotta be. It depends from each location, but my personal favorite across the board is a maple ice. Now, going from donut shop to donut shop, it does vary in consistency as well as the additional toppings on the donut. But overall, Maple's home.
What does it taste like?
That.
What does maple taste like?
Yeah.
No, like maple syrup is what I'm assuming, but like a maple donut?
A maple. You guys have never had a maple iced donut?
No.
Oh, are you kidding me? We're going to have, whenever we link up, we're going to all get some maple donuts and just have a ball. It's going to be great.
Sounds amazing. Beautiful.
Oh my gosh, someone said something referencing the oyster scene we saw, and they said, would you ever try an oyster with ketchup?
Oh.
So weird.
I would like to speak on the oyster really quick. Nobody informed me that you're not supposed to chew an oyster. I don't know where Moira's at in this little feed, but she's Moira, what the heck? I was like, have you had an oyster? She's like, oh yeah, I eat them all the time. Like East Coast, yeah. Oh. And then I'm like, okay. She's like, yeah, you just like, you just eat it. And I was like, okay, cool. And I'm over here like just chomping down on this thing. And yeah, you can really taste the ocean in those.
Favorite part about the villa? I mean, it's so cliche, but the circumstance there is just something that I was not like used to going in, not having social media, friends, family. So it was the connections that I made in there that made the experience like so amazing. The friends you can create. I think the group of people that went into this one were like exceptionally amazing. So it made it really easy to want to stay. Like some points when I wasn't coupled up, I wanted to stay for my friends and for the people around me. And it was awesome. I don't even know how to explain it. But that wasn't a moment. I guess, one of my favorite moments, I just rewatched it. One of my favorite moments was the grilled cheese moment. That was like, I feel like they were able to catch how we actually felt like when my heart was like soaring. They were able to catch that. Calvin. They were able to catch that. So that was really, really refreshing to watch. It was really nice.
Yeah. I'm glad that you felt that way because I did watch that scene and it was a good scene. I enjoyed that one. A moment that was probably one of my favorite in the villa would have to be Operation SOS with lovely Miss Moira when we went undercover and had our mission to the daybed at night. And it's funny because we had literally talked about it 2 or 3 days into coupling up when I first came into the villa. And then we just talked about it one night. We forgot about it, went our separate ways, came back around. Once we were coupled back up, we're like, oh, it's game time. Like, we got to do this. No one else has done this. I think Mackenzie was the only one that had slept on the daybed, and that wasn't, for fun, right? And so for us to be able to like get out there, do something that no one else had done, and just have that moment out there with all like the neon lights, just overlooking Vegas and just being, yeah, it was good work. Good work.
That definitely a good scene. Like I loved seeing that because for a while we didn't really see, you guys were kind of just like in the background and we were looking for you and we were like, where the hell are they? But you guys probably had the best scenes with like that, the grilled cheese, Calvin literally holding like a mountain of Mexican four cheese.
Oh, just got to sprinkle that all on the bread. Just paint the canvas. You know how we do it.
It was iconic.
Yeah, that's good to hear.
I want to know if you guys are together, just to like set the record and like let everyone know like kind of where you guys are at with your relationship.
Yeah. So as far as that goes, I mean, from the villa, obviously up until now, a lot of things have changed, but ultimately the one thing that hasn't changed is we're literally taking it day by day. And so ever since we even had our first conversation in the villa, that's really set the tone for the success that we've had, and just no pressure, really being able to get to know each other and have, obstacles come as they will and kind of face those. And so it is nice being outside the villa. It's not so nice because there's distance, right? We're not necessarily in the same area all the time. But the really cool thing is now we have text, we've got FaceTime, going to catch some flights and obviously catch flights and feelings, stuff like that, So I can't wait to come out to New Jersey and party with Miss Moira, Justine, and Caleb and just, go crazy on the East Coast. Not too crazy, but, have a good time. So yeah, we're taking it and definitely trying to get towards each other as we can.
Yeah, I cannot wait until he comes and visits and vice versa. I just think that, not to be a cliche again, I'll stop saying that, but an experience like this, when you really connect with someone, it is super powerful and it really does have a lot of weight. So for us to even had not slept in the same bed, we like made a joke over text, like, how'd you do? Like it is such a bonding experience. So I don't see us having any problems on the outside. And like we said, day by day.
Perfect. Sounds like a plan. Do you guys, speaking of plans, do you have any plans yet to actually go visit each other, or who do you think will go visit the other person first?
What a question. I feel like because it's been like 3 or 4 days. So we've been, honestly, I just got down. Is today Today's Monday. Yeah, I came down last night to see my family for the first time. And I know that Moira's been, with friends and family. And so we've really been, getting back into the swing of things with our family and friends and saying, hey, what's up? We've been gone for a minute. And so there hasn't been a ton of time, but we have expressed like, let's definitely make sure that in the coming months or whatever, we get out to see each other. So.
And that was something that we said, even while we were in the villa, is we said, like, we were asking each other what our next steps were, what we see each other doing. And this is the course that we had planned, like the family friends now, and even said like a couple months down the line, really set something up. I know that I have been doing, I've been asking some people out in LA what's going on. And so we could even like, hey, Calvin, want to meet up in LA?
Let's get it going. A little LA action.
Yes. You can come hang out with us. We can all go out together.
Yes.
Oh, do y'all live in LA now, both y'all?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fun stuff.
Yeah.
Did film after the island, mostly in Michigan. And then right now she's in Philly.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll be back to LA eventually.
Good. We'll see y'all there.
Yes.
Exactly.
What is your favorite thing about each other?
So I think what I was actually most nervous about, which is the same thing I'm most like favorite part, was his charm and charisma. I think, it is so infectious and it makes everyone around him like love him so quickly. And that got me a little bit nervous at first. You're welcome. But I have to say, like, yeah, hands down. I mean, like that smile, of course, the freckles, no doubt, but It's really what's inside with him. And he's
You get
great.
one thing. You get one thing. You can't. That's not fair because mine's gonna be like, oh, well, like Moira's saying all this crap. Oh my goodness, Moira, thank you so much. Thank you so much. The thing that I think I definitely am most attracted to Moira, I mean, besides all of her, physical beauty and her eyes of sapphire, and I'm just like, but literally the thing that I would say is one of the most, it was a hard thing to find, but I really vibe with it and I love it, is her goofiness. Like Moira is a goofball. Like she's a hot goofball. And I literally feel like we were in our own little world sometimes. Everyone would be having these serious conversations. I mean, even up into the finale, people were given their, declarations of love, which were all very well written and very beautiful. And we're over here, making jokes and goofing around, like kneeling down and stuff. Like every little moment that we have, we always make it fun. And I just laughing my way through my time in the villa with her was awesome. So yeah, definitely her goofiness.
That's so funny. You guys really do remind me of me and Dylan. It's
I was about to say, literally.
Love you guys.
Someone submitted, can you guys do a photo shoot together?
You never know.
Not a bad idea.
You never know. We've been doing some FaceTime photo shoots for snapping and just oh. So you never know. Maybe a collab down the road. Who knows?
Fun. I would love to see that.
Calvin, someone says, can you tell us a little bit more about your Portuguese skills? Did Moira know about this?
Yes.
Good.
Yeah. So Portuguese and Calvin, where to begin? So I've always enjoyed traveling. And so I've gone to a bunch of different places, whether for vacation or humanitarian volunteer work and stuff. And I speak English, obviously, pretty well, not the best, but, I try. Spanish, I'm around 75%. I was a lot better at it when I was living in Texas, kind of growing up. And then I lived in Brazil for a bit. And when I was living in Brazil, doing some humanitarian volunteer work down there was when, just started picking up. It's pretty similar to Spanish, a little bit more complex and a little bit different. But once I just started learning that, I don't know, I've always been very involved in the Latin culture. And I love it. The music, the food, the culture, the people. So I need people to, speak with, because it's not every day you find people that are speaking Portuguese in front of you. So I love it though.
Okay, we love this because at first, Calvin, I was like, who is this coiffed freckle man? And then you just started whipping out all of these incredible things. And we were like, where did this man come?
I'm a man of many talents. What can I say? I'm glad that I was in there long enough for the true Calvin to come to light, because I was, you never know. You never know going into a show like this, how things are going to be portrayed, what conversations are going to get aired, what aren't. And so I think for a long time, people really didn't know that I even spoke Portuguese, because I think Moira and I had talked about it once or twice, but then when I was at Casa More, I actually gave a toast in Portuguese. And so that was, everyone's like, wait, what? How do you know Portuguese? And so that, and then just conversations with Sally, Justine, and everyone just about different Latin artists and just the whole cultural aspect of it. But I'm glad that ultimately you guys know at least a little bit, the tip of the iceberg when it comes to who Calvin is. So.
For sure. Speaking of your guys' journey, Moira, your journey was a wild ride that we all went on. And we felt for you, because you can tell us if we were wrong, but at one point, I think it was probably the Connor moment. You just kept having these emotional breaks, which I've had so many. It's ridiculous. I was like, oh my God, is she over this? Did you want to go home? Because I've had those, and I was like, I kind of feel I feel for her.
That experience I mean, man, okay. So where do I begin? I think it started with how I pictured going in. You know, I had such an idea. I thought I had a plan. So to go in, I wanted to go in, find someone and stick with them. I wanted to go in heart all, like head first, like friggin' dive. So when my heart got torn from James and then like next guy, by the time of Connor, I felt like I had nothing left. I was stripped away. It was, you know, I was still there. And when Connor told me he wanted to fight for Mackenzie, I think that was the moment I was like, this is Friendship Island and there is love out there. Connor wanting to go after, you know, getting back my best friend. I was hopeful. Mm-hmm. But I think at that point for me, my journey was over 100%. And, you know, it was Justine who really said, stay in this for me. Don't stay in this for anyone else. And to have continued it, I wouldn't have been able to find anyone if it wasn't for continuing in it. And I'm 100% grateful for that.
Yeah. And you just had like this incredible character development. You are our favorite from the beginning. You walked in with Selly, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You know what I think is so funny?
What?
Me and Carol walked in together and together and you got third place and she got second place and Carol got third place and I got second place. Is that weird?
I mean, that is really ironic. I mean, I don't know what the odds are of that, but probably slim to none. And that's really cool.
I was like, that's so weird.
Life after the island been like for you guys or after the villa?
It's been weird, honestly. It's been nice, but kind of weird. Yeah, I don't know. I'm still in an adjustment stage, which I didn't expect. But it's nice. I think I was talking about this today, like, especially the people that were on Love Island or, you know, had made it to the very end, you know, I'm FaceTiming them, we're messaging and stuff like that because, you know, all of our fellow islanders, those are the only people that understand kind of exactly where we've been and how kind of weird it is. And yeah, so I've definitely been working on connecting, whether it's FaceTimes with Moira or, you know, I was talking to Bennett, Carrington, like Caleb, everyone else, like the last couple of days. But yeah, it's definitely been, it's been interesting getting back into a groove. We're still working on it.
Yeah. I mean, you guys know, out of anyone, you guys definitely know. And you guys had that long flight back home. That's another thing. I
can't even tell you about that flight. I'll tell you later.
But yeah, it's been a transition for sure. Yeah, basically everything, you know, Calvin was just saying, it's been a very big transition, but I mean, it is what it is. Like we're really doing well with it. You know, it's so nice to have our co-cast members, our fellow cast members to reach out to and ask how they are too.
Of course.
Like we always, when we got back, we were like grabbing for our mics. We were looking around like, oh shit, we can't say this. Like it's definitely so weird coming out.
Yeah, that is so funny. I start by telling everyone I want to be completely transparent with you because that's the way I started things on the show. And I'm like, everyone's like, Moira, you're not on national TV. You have to do that.
I'm like, no, you can lie to us. It's fine.
Still doing it at the reunion, like months later. We were like, so can we go have a chat? And we're all like, what the hell? Like, we're just out at a party. Can we relax?
Yeah, right.
Love when ex-Islanders still use at the end of the day. And I even catch myself still doing it. And I'm like, why did I really adapt this into my vocabulary?
I'm not going to lie. Watching y'all's first season, I was like, I just want to minimize the amount of times I say at the end of the day, because if I said it, I was just like,
no, you know what this season's phrase is, right?
What is it?
That being said.
Oh my gosh, freaking disgusting. That being said, you got to get the hands in too. She's like, with that being said, like, I was like, oh my gosh, I love it.
My sister had a drinking game where whenever someone said that being said, they'd all drink.
Oh my gosh, that is amazing.
I just have to say how much I love your sister. We literally talked endlessly.
I'm so grateful for your guys' connection because I was nervous on coming on here and she was like, yeah, talk to Alex like you're talking to me. She like is me.
Chi Powers said, does Calvin still not like PDA?
Okay. First of all, I'm going to back this up a long time. Okay, first of all, we're going to have a little lesson when it comes to the bases, okay? Rounding the bases. First is kissing. That's the only base y'all need to know. I got there with everyone that I was coupled up with. Don't want to hear about it. Second of all, yes, I am. I am over PDA. Not that it was ever really an issue, but I will say the serious part of the whole PDA thing, and maybe it got misconstrued. Basically, going into the villa, I just didn't want to mislead anyone. And you can do that with your words. You can do that with, physicality, sexuality, whatever that is. And there was a point that I had a conversation with Moira, and we had been taking it pretty slow. And then there was a point where I was just like, man, like, I really like this girl. I mean, might as well just kind of jump right in and act like it. And so we had a conversation. I said, hey, I apologize because, I've been kind of distant in a sense, but I'm ready to kind of take things further. And so we started holding hands, started kissing, and, smooching a little ear nibbling here and there, stuff like that. So yeah, I'm chilling. Don't y'all worry about me and my PDA.
We were like, the man who hates PDA goes on a dating show and sleeps in the bed with a girl. Interesting.
Oh my God.
When you explained it like that afterwards, it just made so much sense to me because I appreciated what you were like doing by it. You didn't want to lead me on when you were still like not sure about your circumstance. So like, I totally appreciated that. It definitely came off a different way though.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's good to know. I haven't watched it yet, so I'm sure I'll see it.
Hearing you explain it like that, I definitely understand more, but the way that it was pieced together, like on the screen, was definitely not that. Moira, my question is, could you ever in the future see yourself being friends with James again?
That is such a good question. And, the thing is, like, I never not liked him, I never was in a place that I did watch back. I saw like how I was emotionally drained by us, but I don't think that had to do with us being friends. I think that had to do with my romantic connection with him. Mm-hmm. I definitely could see being friends with him. Honestly, every single cast member there, I could see being friends with. I have zero problems with anyone.
Article, look at that.
Aww. What was your guys' favorite thing to do together in the villa?
Probably make out.
I mean, I'll throw another one out there. Like, well, do face masks. We and take naps. Face masks and nap. And making out was kind of in the whole thing there. So yeah, we would do face masks, a little self-care. You got to have some self-care. You've got your emotions on blast 24/7. Look good, feel good,
That is one thing that I think like the show picked up really well, because like by the end is that we were just goofballs together. And like literally like one of the last nights there, Calvin was making me laugh so hard that I like couldn't stay in the room. I had to like leave the room. And so like our time together, so sappy, but like our time together was probably the best part, is like we were just always having fun.
Oh, I love that.
I have another question for Moira too. Where did you get most of your outfits from?
For the recouplings and everything, they were mainly from Super Down.
Oh,
Yes.
Most of the bikinis were Frankie's swim.
love Frankie's.
Love.
Yeah. Thank you.
Oh, I don't know how to turn the light on in my hotel, and it's getting darker and darker, and I'm like panicking about that too.
Yeah, I thought I had the worst lighting, but honestly, it has come down to, I'm just kidding, but it was like bad for a minute. But no, I appreciate your lighting right now because I'm chilling now. Moiras is like, wow. I was like, dang, I need it.
Amazing. I'm just like fading into the dark.
Rude.
I didn't say it's rude. Moiras is just, yours is killing
Fixing
it.
my lighting, bro.
I wish I had your lighting. Are you kidding me? That's some, phew.
What was something you guys each learned from this experience?
I can go. One of the things that I learned from this experience was that it's no one else's job or responsibility to bring something out of you, whether that is, something that you like to do, whether that's something about yourself. It is completely on you when you're dating to put your best foot forward and to show the parts of you that you want. And, it took a minute to kind of figure that out. But after coming back from Cause More, sharing Kirsten, I realized that, that was on me. And so I'm definitely grateful for learning that in the villa.
That was my favorite. What did I learn? Sheesh. On the spot, thinking about this, I think I learned so much about myself. I learned that I came in there looking for love. It was a personal journey. It was something I needed to do to grow. So I learned who I was. I mean, even when we had that competition and the statements against us in America, Calvin was there for me too, but it was a personal journey. And I think that I learned that, coming out of there, I had to be a stronger individual and just have a backbone and not care so much. I cried a lot on that show. So
I thought that was so stupid. We didn't see you getting any of the ones you got at all. We were like, what? We were very thrown off by that, actually. What's next for you guys?
What is next? What isn't next? That's my question. What isn't next? There's the possibilities right now are endless. And we're going to roll with the punches and take each opportunity as it comes.
Awesome.
I have already reached back out to my modeling agencies, and I've been, putting some time into looking for some out in LA. I love the idea of moving when the weather gets cold. Hey. And obviously continuing to talk to my Calvin. I'm sorry, I'm quoting that because I feel like people
We love it.
I love it.
Yeah. Well, you guys, thank you so much for coming on and talking to us. I'm so sorry that this is running out of time. I didn't know Zoom did this. But we will link your socials down below. We love you so much. And thank you so much for coming on. You guys are amazing.
Thank you. Thank you all.